This this video is my second video on propositional logic. I will discuss truth tables. But before that, let us do some exercises on translations. Okay, so hanap lang tayo na exercises na translations. Yung translation, yung English, ita-translate natin into PLF or propositional logic formula. Okay. Okay. Translations exercises. Okay, excuse mo na. Lalakihan ko muna ito. Mag-select all. Hindi ko alam kung ano select all dito. Okay, lalakihan ko muna siya. Tuwing kong 14 lahat, then naka-bold lahat. Para malinaw siya sa screen. 14 lahat, then naka-bold lahat. Okay? Okay, let's see. Translations exercises. Given the following propositions, translate the statements into PLF. So meron tayong apat na propositions, P, Q, R, and S, with, okay, so proposition P, I finish coding my program before lunch. Proposition Q, I shall play tennis in the afternoon. R, the sun is shining. S, the humidity is low. So these are the propositions, and there are three English statements here that we are going to translate into PLF. If the sun is shining, I shall play tennis this afternoon. Okay. If the sun is shining, so may nakita na tayong if. So this is an implication. Okay? So pag implication, isurat agad natin yung symbol na implication. Then yung nasa left side ng implication, doon natin ilalagay yung unang proposition na nasa if. If the sun is shining. So proposition R. Then yung consequence ng condition na yan, doon natin nilalagay sa right side na implication symbol. I shall play tennis this afternoon. Okay, so proposition Q. So the PLF for statement number 1 is R. R implies Q. Okay. So R implies Q. Okay, next. Okay, finishing the coding. Finishing the coding of my program before lunch. Finishing the coding of my program before lunch. So this is proposition P. Proposition P is necessary for my playing tennis this afternoon. So my playing tennis this afternoon. Ito ay proposition Q. So P saka Q. Okay. Sulat natin dito. P at saka Q. So This is an implication, pero yung connective na ginamit ay is necessary for. Is necessary for. Okay. So P is necessary for Q. So P is necessary for Q. Okay? P is necessary for Q. So, para mangyari yung P, para mangyari yung P, dapat mangyari muna yung Q. Okay? So, yun ang ibig sabihin ng is necessary for. So, ang magiging PLF natin dyan ay Q P. Or is necessary for. Dali. P, okay, P is necessary for Q. So, necessary for Q, sa papaganito ang ating arrow. Okay? Q is necessary, P is necessary for Q. Which means Q implies P. Q implies P. So P is necessary for Q is the same as Q implies P. Q implies P. Okay, so, pinaklarify ko lang to kasi may mga confusions nga dito. So, Q implies P, or if Q, then P. So, para mangyari yung P, dapat mangyari muna yung Q. Yun ang ibig sabihin, is necessary for. Okay, so, alam ko na yung is necessary for ay medyo debatable yan dahil nga malabo sa atin yung English na is necessary for. Understandable naman kasi hindi naman yan ang first language natin eh. Hindi naman yung English. So, it is sufficient to say na ang ibig sabihin ng is necessary for, bago mangyari yung P, kailangan mangyari muna yung Q. Which means Q implies P, or if Q, then P. Okay? So, number 3, low humidity. Okay, so, low humidity, S. So, this is a proposition. And, okay, this is a connective. Sunshine, proposition R. So this is a proposition. Are sufficient for. Okay, this is another connective. Again, kakaibang connective. Are sufficient for me to play tennis this afternoon. So this is a proposition. Play tennis this afternoon, proposition Q. C. Low humidity, proposition S. Excuse. Sunshine and sunshine. Okay, so and sunshine, proposition are sufficient for me to play tennis this afternoon. So SNR, SNR implies Q. SNR implies Q. Or pwede na nating sabihin, if SNR, then Q. Okay. Okay, so from now on, we are going to avoid yung mga connectives na hindi direct. Pares na is necessary for or sufficient for. So from now on, ang gagamitin lang natin na mga connectives pag sa implication ay yung if at saka then. If then lang. So para ma-avoid na natin yung confusion. So i-discuss ko lang yan para ma-clarify lang. Okay? Okay, let us save that. Next ay yung tungkol sa ano ba yung proposition at alin yung non-proposition. What is a proposition at ano yung hindi proposition. Okay? Truth tables, mamaya na yan. Okay, P or not P? P or NP? Okay, number 1. Okay, so number 1, Barack Obama released a K-pop album. So this is a proposition. Although hindi naman talaga nag-release ng K-pop album si Barack Obama, but ang question lang is this a proposition or a non-proposition? This is a proposition because we can say that this is false. Diba? This statement is false kasi hindi naman nag-release ng K-pop album si Barack Obama. So therefore, this is a proposition. Okay, number 2. Number 2. 17y plus 20x is an integer. Okay, so we cannot say that 17y plus 20x is really an integer. Okay, bakit? Kasi may variable eh. May variable y at may variable x. So pag variable, hindi natin alam kung ano ang value na. Diba? So we cannot say na talagang integer nga yung 17y plus 20x. So if we cannot say if this statement is true or false, then this is a non-proposition. Okay. Non-proposition because of the variables. Yeah. Because of the variables. Because of the unknowns. Natin alam kung anong value nun. Hindi natin malalaman. This is really an integer. Okay, tell me the time. Tell me the time. Okay, so hindi natin masasabi if this is true or false. So this is a non-proposition because this is an imperative. Okay, an imperative is a non-proposition because we cannot say if this is true or false. I can't live without you. Okay, pwedeng totoo. Pwedeng totoo na hindi niya kayang mabuhay kung wala ka. Pwede rin hindi totoo. Kaya niyang mabuhay kahit wala ka. So if we can say this statement is true or false, then this is a proposition. Okay? So sana clear na kung ano yung proposition at yung non-proposition. Okay, now about truth tables. Okay, bago natin i-define kung ano yung truth table, ano muna yung proposition when it comes to truth table. Okay, a proposition has a truth value. So basta proposition may truth value yan. Okay. Ano ba yung mga pwede niya maging truth value? Pwede siyang true, pwede siyang false. Yun ang truth value ng isang proposition. So dalawa lang pwedeng maging truth value ng proposition, either true or false. So either. Okay, connectives. Connectives connectives produce a truth value from combinations of propositions. Combinations of propositions, also known as compound propositions. Okay? So, pag may connectives na, pwede na siya makapag-produce ng another truth value. So, di ba yung proposition may truth value yan. It can either be true or false. So, pag pinag-connect natin yung two or more propositions, kung naglagay tayo ng connectives, pwedeng mag-create siya ng panibagong truth value or pwedeng hindi magbago. Okay? Okay, mga connectives natin, conjunction, disjunction, negation, implication. Okay. So, yan ang mga connectives na gagamitin natin. So, now, ano nga yung truth table? A truth table displays or shows truth values of all combinations. A truth table shows truth values of all combinations of propositions, four combinations of compound propositions. Okay? So, paano niya pinapakita? In rows and columns. In rows and columns. Okay? So, ayan. Okay. A proposition has a truth value, it's either true or false. So, para mas simple na lang, pag true, gagamit tayo ng symbol. Pag true, gagamitin nating symbol ay 1. So, pag true ay 1, pag false, ang gagamitin nating symbol ay 0. Okay? So, pag true 1, pag false 0. Okay, sa truth table naman, rows and columns. Okay. Rows and columns. Sa rows, doon natin ilalagay yung propositions. So, each row, yung corresponding proposition. Sorry. Each column. So, each column, yung proposition. Then, each row, yung mga truth values. Okay. Okay, so bago natin pakita yung truth tables, yung munang paggamit ng true or false. Okay, example. True or false. 32 is even. Ang 32 ba ay even? Ah, 32 is even if it is divisible by 2. Ibig sabihin ng divisible, pag dinivide natin sa 2 yung 32, pag dinivide natin sa dalawa yung 32, walang remainder. Okay? So let's see. Yes, this is true if 32 is divisible by 2. Okay? So 32 divide 32 divided by 2 is 16, then walang remainder. Remainder 0. So this is true. 32 is even is true. Pero pag true, ang lalagay lang natin ay 1. Okay, next. Maya muna yung truth table. Okay, A. Okay, A. Set A is a subset of set B if X is an element of B, then X is an element of A. Okay, is this true or false? Okay, tingnan natin. Set. Let us draw 2 sets. Okay. Halimbawa, ito yung set A. Set A is a subset of B. So, yung set A, subset daw ng set B. So, ibig sabihin, nasa loob siya or set A is an element of set B. So, yung nasa labas na bilog, yun ang set B. Okay? Set A is a subset of set B if X is an element of B, X is an element of B, then X is an element of A. So this is false. Kung ang X ay element ng B, hindi siya magiging element ng A. Kasi yung A is an element of B. Pero kung ang sinabi nito ay yung X ay element ng A, then yes. Kung ang X ay element ng A, it is also true that X is an element of B. Kasi yung set A ay nasa loob ng set B. So kung ano man yung element ng set A are also elements of set B. Pero kasi ang sabi niya dito, X is an element of B. Then X is an element of A. That's not true. So this is false. So proposition B is false. Okay? So this is false. Or pag false, ang isusulat natin ay 0. True, sulat natin is 1. Okay? So, truth table na. So, gawa na tayo ng truth table. Truth table of negation. So, alam natin, pag sinabing negation, ay kabaliktaran or inverse. So, isang proposition lang yan. So, proposition P saka proposition not P. P not P. So, yung P, yung proposition P can take in one of two values o truth values. Pwedeng 0, false, pwedeng 1, true. Kung ang P ay 0, then ang kabaliktaran ng 0 is 1. Kung ang P ay 1, kabaliktaran ng 1 ay 0. So, if P is 0, then not P is 1. If P is 1, then not P is 0. Okay. Mathematically, paano natin siya sasabihin? Okay, so mathematically, not P is equal to 1 minus P. 1 minus P. Okay, so testingin natin. If P is 0, okay, then not P is equal to 1 minus P. Okay, is equal to 1 minus, so yung P ay 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So if P is 0, then not P is 1. Okay? Testingin naman natin if P is 1. If P is 1, then not P is equal to 1 minus P. 1 minus 1, then 1 minus 1 is 0. Therefore, if P is 1, then not P is 0. Okay? So, ito yung mathematical expression ng negation. Not P is equal to 1 minus P. Okay, so gawin naman natin yung truth table ng conjunction. Sa pag-conjunction, there are two or more propositions. P, let's say P and Q. P and Q conjunction is P and Q. Okay, ano yung mga possible combinations ng truth values pag dalawang propositions? Okay. So, combinations ng truth values. Combinations ng truth values. Combinations ng truth values is equal to yung truth values raised to kung ilan yung propositions. So, number of propositions. Okay? So, ang truth values sa propositional logic ay dalawa. Can either be true or false. Then, sa example natin na to, P and Q, ang propositions ay dalawa. So, raised to 2. 2 raised to 2 is equal to 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So, there are 4 combinations of zeros and ones. So, 4 combinations of zeros and ones, ang gagawin natin dyan, para may sulat natin sa truth table, ay 4 divided by 2. I-divide natin yung 4 combinations sa dalawa, kasi may dalawang truth values, di ba? Kung hindi 0 ay 1. So, i-divide natin sa dalawa, equals to 2. Okay, so sulat natin dito, sa P, sa second digit, ay dalawang zeros. Then afterwards, dalawang 1. Okay. Then sa first digit, susulat naman natin ay isang 0. Then isang 1. Okay. So yan. So naisulat na natin yung 4 na combinations ng truth values. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, P and Q. Okay, so pag conjunction, dapat lahat ay true para maging true. So ito ay false, parehong false. So false, false, true, so false, true, false, so false, parehong true. Then this is true. Okay? So mathematically, paano natin malalaman yung conjunction ng dalawang propositions? Okay, so P and Q is equal to, okay, so by observation lang, so ito ay 0, 0, 0, then ito ay 1. So yung minimal, ng P saka ng Q. Okay? Okay, example. Parehong 0. P 0 and 0 is equal to minimal of 0 and 0. So, anong mas mababa dun sa 0 and 0? The 0. Okay. Next. 0 and 1, minimal ng 0 and 1. Okay? Ano ang mas mababa sa 0 at saka sa 1? 0. Okay, next. The 1 and 0 equals yung minimal ng 1 and 0. So, ano ang mas mababa sa 1 saka sa 0? Yung 0. So, ang output niya ay 0. And lastly, pag 1 and 1, 1 and 1 is equal to minimal ng 1 at saka 1. So, anong mas mababa sa 1 and 1? Wala. Parehong 1. So, the output is 1. Okay, disjunction naman. Okay, disjunction. Okay, so disjunction, ganun din. 2 or more propositions. Okay, let us say merong tatlong propositions. P, Q, saka R. So, ano magiging disjunction ng P, Q, saka R? P or Q or R. Okay, so paano natin susulat yung combinations ng truth values? So, ilang combinations ng truth values ang isusulat natin? Okay, so meron tayong dalawang truth values, true or false, so 2. Raise 2, ilang propositions? 3. Equals 2 times 2 times 2. Equals 2 times 2 is 4, times 2, 4 times 2 is 8. So, 8 combinations of truth values ang isasulat natin pag tatlong propositions na. Okay. Next, divide natin yung 8 sa dalawa. Okay, bakit? Kasi may dalawa nga ang truth values, di ba? 0 and 1. So, i-divide natin 4. So, 4 na zeros. Kung ano nating susulat, then 4 na ones. Sa dalawa, tatlo, 4. Then next, 4 na 1 sa dalawa, tatlo, 4. Okay? The next digit, di-divide ulit natin sa 2. So, 4 na zeros. Dito naman sa Q ay dalawang zeros at dalawang ones. So, sa dalawa, then dalawang ones. Sa dalawa, then dalawang zeros. Isa, dalawa, then dalawang ones ulit. Isa, dalawa. Okay? So, dalawang zeros, dalawang ones, then dun sa susunod na digit, sa last digit, sa R, hatiin ulit natin sa dalawa. So, tigi-tigisan na lang. Isang 0, then isang 1. Isang 0, then isang 1. Okay? Isang 0, isang 1. Isang 0, isang 1. Okay? So, in this way, masisiguro natin na may susulat natin lahat ng 8 combinations ng zeros and ones. Okay? So, or. Alam natin na pag disjunction or, gusto may nakita tayong true, the outcome is true. So, dito, walang true. So, 0. Dito, meron isa. So, 1. Okay. So, lahat na to ay 1. So yan ang disjunction. Okay, implication. Okay, so alam na natin kung paano pag-enumerate ng lahat ng combinations ng truth values if there are three propositions. So itong implication, balik natin sa dalawang propositions lang. Okay, so P implies Q, or if P, then Q. Okay, sa implications, medyo mahirap siyang i-explain. So verbally, medyo mahirap siya. Okay, so papakita ko sa inyo kung bakit. Okay, so two propositions, ilang combinations ng truth values. So 2 raised to 2 is 4. So dalawang 0 muna. Then dalawang 1. Then susunod ay tigisan na lang. Okay? So sa implication, isang beses lang siya magiging false. Okay? Isang beses lang. Dito lang siya magiging false. Okay, why? Tatandaan nyo ba yung if then? Pag nangyaring condition, if this condition exists, then this consequence will happen. Diba? So for every condition, there is a consequence. Ngayon, ang sinasabi nito logic na implication, nangyari yung condition. Okay, so nakita niya, diba? P is 1. Pero yung Q ay 0. Nangyari yung condition, pero hindi nangyari yung consequence. Okay? So, nangyari yung condition, hindi nangyari yung consequence, so the outcome is false. So, this statement is false. Okay? Then all others are true. Okay, I will give you an example. Halimbawa yung P, okay, raining. Q, umbrella. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, example na to, if it is raining, then I will use an umbrella. Okay? So, if P, then Q. So, if raining, so, ilagyan na natin dito. If raining, then umbrella. So, i-senior cut ko na lang. Ibig sabihin dito, kung umuulan, then gagamit ako ng payong. Okay? So, yung P is equal to 1, umuulan. Diba? It is true na umuulan. Pero Q is equal to 0, hindi ako gumamit ng umbrella. Therefore, nagsisinungaling ako, di ba? I'm not telling the truth. So, my statement is false. Kasi umuulan, pero hindi ako gumamit ng umbrella. So, sa implication, tinitingnan dito kung nagsasabi ng totoo or hindi. Okay? So, let us check isa-isa. Hindi umuulan, hindi ako gumamit ng umbrella. True. Diba? Hindi umuulan. So, hindi siya gamit ng umbrella. Okay? Hindi umuulan, gumamit ako ng umbrella. Okay, so hindi umuulan, gumamit ako ng umbrella. So hindi ko naman kasi sinabi na pag hindi umuulan, hindi ako gagamit ng umbrella. Ang sinabi ko, pag umuulan, gagamit ako ng umbrella. So dun sa statement number 2, hindi umuulan pero gumamit ako ng umbrella. So hindi ako nagsisinungaling. So the statement is still true. Then lastly, umuulan, gumamit ako ng umbrella. So it's true. Hindi ako nagsisinungaling. Kasi yun ang sabi ko, di ba? Pag umuulan, if it is raining, then I will use an umbrella. True. So dito lang ako nagsinungaling. It is raining, pero hindi ako gumamit ng umbrella. Kaya ang sabi ko, pag umuulan, gagamit ako ng umbrella. So yun ang ibig sabihin na implication. So, para sa sabi ko sa inyo, medyo magulo siya. Medyo nakakalito. Hindi siya magulo, nakakalito. So, gamitin natin yung mathematical way. Okay. So, gamitin natin mathematics. P implies Q. P implies Q is true. Okay. Okay, nagkasabi siya ng totoo. P implies Q is true if P is less than or equal to Q. Okay? So, para hindi na lang tayo nag-iisip pa ng logical explanation, so mathematically na lang. Magiging true ang P implies Q kung ang P ay less than or equal to Q. Okay? Testingin natin. P implies Q, ang P ay 0. Ang Q ay 0. Ang 0 ba ay less than or equal to 0? Yes, it is equal to 0. Oh, that's true. Okay? So, 0, 1. 0. Ang 0 ba ay less than or equal to 1? Yes, ang 0 is less than sa 1. So, it is true. Okay. Then lastly, one less than or equal to 0. Ang 1 ba ay less than sa 0? No. Ang 1 ba ay equal sa 0? No. So, it is false. Okay, last. 1 is less than or equal to 1. Ang 1 ba ay less than sa 1? No. Ang 1 ba ay equal sa 1? Yes. So, it is true. So, ganun na lang. Para makaiwas sa confusion, eto na lang mathematical method ng derivation ng outcome ng implication. So, if P is less than or equal to Q, then P implies Q is true. Okay? Okay, hanggang doon muna. Next video, next meeting, we will do exercises on using truth tables as proof. So, proof ng using truth table. So, proofs. Okay, the next proofs. Using truth table. Okay, so until next time, if you like this video, click like and subscribe. Thank you.